With fans calling for a star to make a WWE return and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Speaking to Sports Illustrated ahead of All In, Matt Jackson of the Young Bucks said this: "I'd like to remind everyone who the hell we are. We're the Young Bucks. I'm 38 years old now, so physically I'm definitely no longer young, but mentally, spiritually, I'm that same guy. The same person who had all of those great matches. The same person who sold all those t-shirts. The same person who helped create the first All In. The same person who stylized modern wrestling, and the same person who helped revolutionize tag team wrestling. It's time to remind everyone we are the greatest tag team of this generation." During that same interview, Matt Jackson mentioned this regarding the recent arrest of FTR's Cash Wheeler. "Anytime distractions happen beyond your control, it's a bit frustrating. But we have a task at hand, and we plan on delivering." Asked if he would be competing at the All In event tomorrow for AEW, Nigel McGuinness told Tempest of Wrestle Talk, "No, you're not the first person to ask that. I will not be wrestling because Clamdigger Bryan Danielson, or Clamdigger Brittle Danielson, as some people are calling him nowadays, is not on the card, so there is not really any match for me. I do believe I'm far better as a commentator anyway. I'm so excited for so many matches, and to be in that environment where I was 31 years ago, it's very heartfelt for me to go back there." Following Smackdown, Cody Rhodes would cut a promo for the fans in attendance.
"I had a Louisville experience, and I love you guys on. Guys, the only thing, let's give a huge round of applause to this wonderful production team who's been here all night. We do have to get out of this building. There is a curfew, so I don't want to keep you guys any longer. I just want you to know it is my honor, it is my privilege to be here. God bless you guys. Take care of one another. And I expect to see each and every one of you when the WWE comes back to Louisville."
Recalling a not-so-pleasant experience in the ring, AEW World Champion MJF said on Hot Ones, "I've myself before. Guy's name was Ace Romero. So what happened was, he was coming off the top rope, brother hit me with a splash, and I thought that I took a big enough log before the match. Clearly, I had some left. Luckily, I was wearing black trunks, so nobody noticed. It was a multi-man match. When he splashed me, I immediately shit myself. So I thought to myself, oh, I'm just gonna roll out. So I rolled out, stayed down for a little bit, waited for my moment to strike, still won the match. That's why I'm the world champion. Didn't happen by accident." MJF would also say this to Hot Ones about what he expects to see when his AEW contract expires, noting that January 1st, 2024, they better back up the Brinks truck, okay pal? I know there's a lot of money being thrown around at me from both sides. I'm not going to take anything lower than 7 figures. I won't even make eye contact with a contract that's under 7 figures. For an update on the AEW status of Anthony Ogogo, Ringside News wrote that according to a report by Sean Ross Sapp behind Fightful's paywall, Ogogo's absence has been due to a lot of creative plans for him. It was added that he is healthy and cleared for in-ring competition, and that he is under a full-time deal with AEW. It was further reported that Ogogo signed a 2-year contract extension around the end of 2022 or the start of 2023. Therefore, he will be sticking with AEW till 2025 at the very least. Ogogo is currently in London to do media ahead of this Sunday's All In event. We'll have to wait and see whether he will compete in AEW again, as he hasn't wrestled since August last year. Remembering her time spent with Bray Wyatt in WWE developmental, Summer Rae wrote, "In FCW, Wyndham gave me a list of movies and documentaries to watch and pitch from. He wanted me to be in the family. I think he believed in me more than I did in myself at that time. I learned so much from him creatively, but he was just a good human. So smart. This is so sad." Someone would reply with a video showing Summer with the Wyatt family. Reacting to the passing of Bray Wyatt, Paul Wight said this to Inside the Ropes. "I'm gonna be real honest about it, I'm still kinda numb from it. When I think about Bray, all I think about is his laugh and his smile. How no matter what we were doing, he was so happy to see me and he gave me a hug. It doesn't feel real right now, but I've been around a long time and lost a lot of good friends. Unfortunately, that's just part of getting older." During a Fozzy concert, Chris Jericho would lead the crowd in London with a musical Bray Wyatt tribute. Here's the clip.
So thanks to Wyndham. Thanks to you guys for remembering him. And we dedicate this show tonight, and I dedicate this show on Sunday to the memory of the late, great Wyndham Rotunda.
As Dennis Rodman has made appearances in WCW, this was said about him showing up in AEW by Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. Jeff Jarrett had been making pitches for Dennis Rodman to appear at AEW All Out, which didn't end up happening. Rodman was in town for AEW. Talking to The Hollywood Reporter, AEW President Tony Khan revealed that he has received offers to sell the company. "We have evaluation of, well, people have approached me with billion-dollar offers. So the business has grown. I'm not turning over huge cash profits. But as we approach the new media rights renewal, this is really the key not only to weekly profitability and cash flow, but also another large multiplier on top of the business valuation." With it looking as if we will see a Kairi Sane WWE comeback, it was reported that in recent news, Kairi Sane departed from Stardom and the rumor mill started churning in a big way that she is set for a WWE return. Ringside News reached out to ask about Kairi Sane's current status with her WWE return. We were told that her name has come up in the creative team. This was confirmed by a tenured member of the staff, and there are ideas being discussed for her return. That being said, when we asked about specifics about how Kairi Sane will be brought in, we were told no spoilers. Although we can't spoil any WWE creative plans, we can confirm that they are in motion. For his YouTube channel, Maven would talk about the unwritten locker room rules in WWE as he listed these. 1. Shake everyone's hand. 2. Be on time. 3. Stay until the end of the show. 4. Don't ask, don't tell about money. 5. Plans are going to change, be able to roll with them. 6. Respect your agent. 7. Respect your veterans. And 8. Get to the ring and learn your craft. Mentioning the possibility of Edge making the move to AEW after having his final match in WWE, Matt Hardy said on his podcast, "I don't know, it's very interesting. It was his week. They were very real and true and genuine about it being his last match, and his deal is coming to an end. If he isn't going to re-sign or re-up with WWE, I think he has more left in him and I could see him coming to AEW, especially on a lighter schedule, maybe getting a little more say in kind of what you do. I could see that happening. I think there's a possibility he could end up here. I don't think it's out of of the realm of possibility. I still think there's a possibility he could return to WWE. I wouldn't rule that out either, but it's so crazy because I have said many times before, people said, and as my son would say, if your last, final match, who would the opponents be against? Who would your opponents be? Who would it be against? And Edge and Christian is almost the first answer that comes off the top of my head. It's what rolls off my tongue because we are literally the two teams that made one another, and I feel like it would be great to go out with that as like a last match. When asked about Shane McMahon potentially coming back to WWE soon, Mike Johnson of PW Insider said, "Nothing that I have heard. I don't see it happening anytime soon, certainly not before Endeavor acquires WWE." On social media, fans would call for WWE to have Uncle Howdy return to programming writing. Taylor Rotunda, Bo Dallas returned to WWE as Uncle Howdy. He had been working alongside his brother Wyndham, Bray. Everything was put on pause due to Bray being off of TV. I think WWE should have him return when he is ready and carry on the legacy. Okay, hear me out, WWE Universe. 4 Fireflies, Bo Dallas, Wyatt's brother, aka Uncle Howdy, Braun Strowman, from Black Sheep to Bull Eric Death Rowan, Alexa Bliss, aka Sister. How do we go forward not knowing the end of the Bray Wyatt story? Like, who the hell was Uncle Howdy 1 and 2? Who was that rabbit in the video? Why did the puppets come alive? Were they all characters that lived in his mind? Like, WTF. Godspeed, Wyndham. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.